So this is gonna be a big show. We have a lot to talk about. Main thing of the show is gonna be us talking about our first, initial thoughts on the MVP race. I think we're gonna give our top five, maybe some honorable mentions. But before we get into that, there's one thing I gotta get off my chest, and we have to talk about. Anthony Davis is fucking back. Everybody got on my ass so hard all summer, calling me AD apologist, telling me to get off my knees, telling me he's washed, I should trade him. He's so fucking back.
Listen, it's about time. It's about time. We've been waiting for this for a year and a half. I'm glad he could put together a 4-game stretch like this when LeBron's supposed to be out. We've been waiting on this. So good job. Exactly. Good job, Anthony.
I feel like he's been supposed to be doing this for a long time, but I guess it takes a lot for Anthony Davis to go ahead, find his rhythm back, and actually be the AD that a lot of us feel like he's supposed to be, the generational.
This dry hating ass shit. What are we doing?
What do you mean? Listen, he's playing well.
Yeah, he's
playing
doing
well.
his thing.
We just speaking our minds. That's it.
It feels so euphoric and refreshing to see him do this, though. To be honest, he's doing a lot of things that he used to do back in New Orleans. Not everything, but a lot of things.
So what is he not doing so that you want to see him improve on at this point?
I don't see him.
Besides the jump shot, the jump shot's fucking bad
right,
still.
and of course it's just a jump shot as well. But he's doing fantastic. He's a fucking menace. He was absolutely beautiful on defense last night. And I just love seeing that shit.
For those who don't know, LeBron has missed the last 4 games. And in that time, Anthony Davis has scored 37 points, 38 points, 30 points, and 37 points, including last night where he had 37, I think 22 rebounds, 5 steals, 5 blocks, just an absolutely insane performance.
Generation.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. And there's a lot of reasons why. Most people have boiled it down to simply LeBron isn't there, which is part of it because he even said in an interview that when LeBron is there, he kind of naturally defers and doesn't quite be as aggressive as he knows he should be. So hopefully he carries that over now that LeBron's not there. He's kind of set the tone, but I think there's more to it in terms of why he's playing so well.
Absolutely.
Do you guys have any thoughts?
I think a big part of it. I think a big part of it is the fact that Russell has also looked a little bit more comfortable over these last 4 games, and you see that whenever it's Russ, AD, and Bron, everybody says, okay, Bron can have whatever he wants, and we're just going to move off of that. And now everybody else is trying to figure out where they fit in. And when he's not there, Russell is able to just be, okay, I'm the point guard. Nobody else really can dribble. So this is what I'm going to do. And that's the role that he's most comfortable in. And then AD, like you said, now he can come in and say, I'm the number 1 offensive option. This is what I've done for a majority of my career. I don't have to feel like I'm stepping on the potential GOAT's toes at all.
Yeah.
Right? I can just do me, and everybody else kind of just falls into place. You have more of a natural order of what your roles are. And I think that knowing your roles is a huge thing on the team.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And something that I noticed is that I just feel like the offense, of course, with LeBron, someone who dominates the ball, there's not going to be as much ball movement as you'd like. And because of that, players are going to be, like Donovan said, a little bit more hesitant. And everyone's just being more aggressive. Lonnie Walker Jr. is doing his thing. Austin Reeves, he's not no kind of star or anything like that, but he can do a little bit of everything. He's a fantastic role player, S-tier role player, damn near. Or at least he's going to grow into that in the future, if you ask me. So, yeah, that's about it. I know it's the ball movement, bro. I was going to say something else, but then my
moral of
mind
the story is people blame him for not being aggressive with LeBron, which, in fairness, he should be more aggressive like this when LeBron is there.
Absolutely.
Even LeBron's been saying in the media for 2 years that he wants AD to be like this and take over the team. But at the same time, it is hard to do that. Every star we've seen play next to Bron has deferred in some way. Bron can say, I want him to take over, but that's hard to do with his style of play. You do want the ball in your best player's hands.
But it's that's the thing, though. It was easier for, I would say, Wade at the end of that Heat era to defer to LeBron because he was in the lineup every night, right? Because
even prime Wade was deferring.
His knees were gone by by the end of year 2, right? By 2013, they were sitting him on back-to-backs. In the regular season, they were making sure that they can keep him for the playoffs. And it was kind of just okay, LeBron is on a different level. He's ascending to all-time status. There's that. And then once you get to Cleveland, it's the same thing where Kyrie's nice, but he's nowhere close to where LeBron is. I think we're at a point where if AD plays like this, there's a legitimate conversation about who's the better player. And so then that's whenever I think it's easier to cede power if you're LeBron and AD. And another thing that we've seen over the last 4 games, AD AD's has been to the free throw line a lot more. He shot 16 free throws last night, and then two nights ago against Detroit, he shot 21 free throws. And you see that aggression being rewarded at the free throw line.
You see, I see why you say that, but it's not just aggression in terms of like, oh, he's trying hard.
Yeah.
Like, every night he wants to score buckets, but there's like real X's and O's reasons to why you're seeing these numbers be the way they are. I just want to talk about that a little bit. The main thing is now, so he's playing center full time. I know there's always a lot of him moaning and groaning about it in the past years, but now Darvin Ham's just been like, shut the fuck up, you're our center. And we're seeing that play out in really positive ways offensively and defensively. I'll start on defense. They're running him in pick and rolls way more. Like if you watched the game last night, like it's basically every play Anthony Davis coming up, setting a screen. Like they don't have a lot of offensive movement. It's just AD screen and roll. And by doing that, he's constantly rolling to the rim nonstop, which is, how you want to use him to get him paint touches as much as possible. That's allowing him to get those paint touches and not be stuck shooting jump shots like he is when he's a power forward.
Absolutely.
Like, I think 8% more of his shots are at the rim this year from last year.
Yeah.
And he's eliminated his long mid-range shots by 10%.
Yeah.
So it used to be like 22% of his shots are long mid-range shots. Now they're 12%. So naturally, when you're doing that, rolling a lot, you're going to be at the rim. You're going to get more free throws. So it's not just him being aggressive. It's the offense purposely manufacturing that for him.
It's very crazy that you say that, though, because when we thought about, especially when AD got there, and when we talk about Anthony Davis has MVP potential. He could be like the best player in the world type stuff. The big part of it was that he could do everything. Was that he could be like this 6'10" rim roller, but at the same time he can stretch out and shoot the three. He can shoot the mid range. And since the bubble, we just haven't seen that. That's just dead, right? So it's very, very interesting to see him kind of be put into this new situation where it's like, actually, AD, we don't want you shooting jumpers. Like that's not really your bag anymore. You can't really do it, and we're just gonna use you more in a traditional sense when he has such like an extraordinary bag of talents. It's crazy. He's in the Giannis bag now in terms of like use.
Yeah, exactly.
Just attack.
Yeah,
and that's how it's, as of now. I'm feeling like that's how it should be. Like if you're open, of course, shoot that. And there was a couple of possessions earlier in that Phoenix game where they just left him wide open. He was like, "Bro, you think I'm? Who the fuck do you think I am?" And he pulled it and he cashed that. I think back-to-back straight possessions. It was two long twos, and those are the type of shots at this point that he should be taking until his shot starts to come back. But as of now, like I just completely right. He's been dominating the paint, and he hasn't been resistant to go ahead and take 2-pointers, but he's just been such a force and a menace inside. And there's basically nothing that nobody can do in the NBA about it. And I think that's what it should be.
Well, Mo, one other thing you mentioned a little bit ago, I want to get back to, is you talked about he's also been a menace defensively. Like last night, he had 5 blocks, 5 steals.
Dude,
I have some more thoughts about why he's been so good defensively. What are you seeing from him this year that makes you say that? Because I don't know if you would have said that last year. Because last year he was a great defender, but wasn't as like, you didn't feel him as much. Maybe because of scheme, maybe for whatever reason you say about his aggression. What are you seeing this year that makes you so impressed with his defense?
This year I don't remember too much of AD last year. I watched the Lakers last year, but
there wasn't a lot of AD last year. Injured.
Yeah, exactly. So I can't answer that question to the highest level as you can. So I'm gonna throw it back at you.
Just defer.
Yeah, I'm gonna defer.
Okay.
That's
well,
funny.
X's and O's wise, it's because last year him playing the 4. Let's compare it to the Bucks defensive scheme because that's where Darvin Ham came from. Last year they kind of tried to play. Well, they moved into center last year at the end of the year, but beginning of the year they had him playing the 4, kind of playing the Giannis role, where he's not the main center defending pick and rolls. He's defending the man in the corner, being the helper to block shots. The weak side defender. That's always been AD's kind of role. They use him as like a Swiss Army knife because he's so versatile. They'll make him do that. They'll make him guard big wings sometimes. Sometimes they'll guard centers. This year they've made it extremely simple for him, and he's just playing center, playing drop coverage every time, like Brook Lopez does on the Bucks. So
exactly. There's this one play last night where he had Devin Booker switched onto him. I think, of course, DeAndre Ayton was in the back, and most centers where they get caught up and where they get scored on, like 80% of the time is when they're playing this 2-on-1 game, and AD literally he angled himself perfectly. Defense, for the most part, of my mind, is all about effort, of course, and it's all about angles too and how you position yourself. And AD is one of the best at this in this game because of how mobile he is, and he's athletic and he's just smart. And he stood right in the middle, and he blocked any type of passage that Devin Booker could have possibly had. And he tried to dump it off or do this weird pass, and AD literally just snatched it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that. Beautiful, bro.
Yeah, it's been genius to have him play just purely drop coverage because on the surface, any other coach might think, no, we want him to be this versatile guy playing from the weak side, use all his crazy talents. But there's been like so many pros to having him just play drop. Like you said, he's incredibly talented with his defensive IQ, with how he defends those and like cuts off the passing lanes, does all that. So playing drop allows him to impact almost every play because he's defending the screens. So maybe there's not as many wow moments by having him come from the weak side and block shots, but he can constantly be engaged with the play and show his defensive impact.
Yeah.
And also, he's having the best rebounding year of his career. Half of that is because he's always by the rim now, playing drop coverage. He's not out with the perimeter defending people. And part of it is because he's always rolling to the rim on offense. So he's always getting offensive rebounds because he's around there, not on the perimeter shooting jump shots. So both of those come hand in hand.
Yeah.
And lastly, allowing him to just play the drop coverage in a very simple way just like lightens the burden on him. He's not running around the perimeter, so he can use that energy on the offensive end and do what he's been doing, scoring 37 points a night.
AD's funny, man. He really is funny because there was a. I don't think that he knows what's best for him. Like
He definitely doesn't.
Because for his entire career, he's like, I want to play the 4, I want to play the 4, and then you put him at the 5 and he dominates. And then even earlier in the year, there was a press conference after a game, and they were asking him, just what's going wrong with the defense, and kind of what you guys were talking about with how is it different with him playing the 5 now. He was saying back in 2020 when they won the championship, they were able to have like a 5 with either JaVale or Dwight, and he was like, I was able to roam, and I was able to like plug holes everywhere. And the way he was talking about it sounded like he really enjoyed being the roamer and playing like the free safety. And now he's still like, he struggled in that role a little bit earlier in the year, or not even struggled, but he's thriving much more as like the defensive anchor. And if you just tell him what to do, right? If he just like listens to other people who are telling him like, no, this is how you're supposed to play, this is how you can be successful. It's just so funny that everything that he's publicly said that he's wanted is the least optimal way to go about things.
I mean, that's why you gotta have a good coach. Like, all this comes down to credit to Darvin Ham for willing to put AD in the best position for him to succeed, even if it's not what AD wants. Like, Frank Vogel and the whole entire Lakers front office just committed so hard to making LeBron and AD happy and doing whatever the fuck they want and just like babying them. And clearly Darvin Ham isn't on that. He's benching Russ, making AD play the 5. Like, he's willing to do what's necessary.
Exactly, bro. Shout out to him, because every coach that the Lakers have had, or any real coach in general in the NBA, as we can see with superstars who are quite demanding, like the KDs and Kyrie Irving of the world and whatever else you can think of, they usually get their necks cut off at the end of the day. And like you said, credit to Darvin Ham, because he could easily fold and submit under all this pressure, especially the LA pressure. The LA pressure is 1 to none, literally no joke. And to make these hardcore adjustments and stick to Russ on the bench and force AD to go ahead and play the 5, even though he's been crying, bitching, complaining about, oh, I don't want to do this or that. It's beautiful. I love it. And now he's reaping the benefits, and I think that he's going to be probably the long-term coach for the Los Angeles Lakers for years and years and years to come.
Yeah. Now we just need LeBron to come back and keep up.
He gonna mess up the chemistry.
Yeah. Now it's the time.
LeBron gonna come in and mess up the chemistry. They're gonna lose 3 straight, and then everyone's gonna be upset.
Yeah, bro.
Give the playmaking back to Austin Reeves.
Exactly.
Imagine.
Just to add a cherry on top, AD over the last 4 games has been averaging 16 points, 18 rebounds, and 10 stocks, or not 10, 5 stocks a game. That's fucking insane. Steals.
You said 18 points?
No, 18 boards.
Oh, 18 boards, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus
that's crazy.
Christ.
That's crazy.
It's fucking nuts, bro. And he's been shooting
He's
92%
him. He's
from
back.
the line. So
no, good for AD. Good for AD. I'm glad we're seeing this version from him.
One thing I want to ask, with AD playing at this level now, are you willing to put him back in your top 10 players alive right now?
Easily. I'm not even thinking twice about it, bro.
Probably because I think I was saving a spot for Kawhi, and he's definitely just not there right now.
He just rolled his
I
ankle.
never really took him out because I, as you know, I always have faith in AD bouncing back, but he's still got to be in that back half of the top 10, I think. He's not pushing top 5 like he once was because there's too many amazing players right now, but I think he's definitely at least top 10.
Yeah. I'll say top 10.
If he was to keep this up, he's definitely top 5. Without a question.
Top 5 again?
Yeah. If he's keeping this up,
yeah. If you keep up 35 and 18, then yeah,
sure.
Yeah, you could be top 5, but top 10, top 7.
Yeah.
That's kind of.
I hope you're right. It's hard to pass up one of Steph, Giannis, Luka, Jokic, Embiid. Yeah. That's not even mentioning KD or Braun. Like, it's hard to break into that top 5 right now.
Yeah.
Listen, from what we're seeing, he might be better than Bron. That's what I'm saying. That's the conversation.
Ooh.
That's the conversation that we actually have to have. Where if we run this offense through Anthony Davis, are we going to be more successful? And just have like LeBron's role when he comes
That's a
back.
tough conversation. Yeah.
Right, LeBron's role
Yeah,
when
it's
he
tough.
should come back is, yo, Bron, just go out there. You don't even have to get 30. You can get 22 because AD is going to be the one getting 25, 27.
I'm pretty sure Bron wants that too.
He has been. Is he going to allow himself to do it? And
We'll see.
That's the thing.
But my
So,
thing
yeah.
with the way that they do it though, like it's just straight up force feeding AD in the post, and he settles for like some ugly ass mid range fadeaway. That's how it
But it
always
hasn't been that
is.
lately. Lately, it's been
I know.
forcing him in pick and rolls. Which has
Exactly,
been, like,
and
the
that's what
big
needs
thing.
to happen. Spam the pick and roll. Stop throwing a mid post, then veering off to the like far right and standing with your hands, wiping your hands, or doing whatever old ass man shit that he do. Like play to his strengths. Don't just throw him. Don't just throw
Yeah.
it to him in the post just because he has that ability to do that. You know?
Yeah.
Mhm. I'm gonna give Bron some time to get back. I'm gonna give Bron some time to get his rhythm back before I say AD is a better player for sure. But if AD keeps this up and he's this monster on both ends, you're probably right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's enough Lakers talk. We gave them a good 15 minutes. You know how to get it off my chest. Feeling vindicated. I think we can move on to doing what we always do at the start of the show. We're gonna react to some of your guys' hot takes. So let me
Hot
pull
hot trash. Let's hear it.
these up. You're so mean to their hot takes.
Yeah. Let's see if it
All
works.
right, first one. Let me know if this is a L take or a W take. I said it backwards. Let me know if this is a W take or an L take. I'm here says that he'd rather have Brandon Ingram than Zion Williamson.
Yeah, that's an L take.
This is yeah.
That's
this
an
is
L take.
solid L.
Zion Williamson is generational in terms of his athletic ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just his play on the floor, like he's one of his, at his best, he can be one of the most efficient scorers in the league. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not really a
I get what-
question.
I
Go ahead,
love Brandon Ingram, but there is nothing generational about him. In the next every 2 to 3 NBA drafts, you can find
his
some
hands are pretty
player
nice.
with the same. Yeah, his handles are nice, whatever. But
No, not his handles, his hands.
His
His hands.
What? Wow.
Fisticuffs.
What do
He
you
can
mean
scrap.
by his hands?
He can scrap.
Oh.
He's always getting in fights. Remember when he punched? Was it Chris Paul?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Who
true.
was
That's
it?
he's from Chicago and
Who
he
was it?
messes with G Herbo and him. So that's
He has
That should
generational
come away.
hands.
yeah, absolutely. You're right about
First
that.
team all smoke.
Yeah. So maybe
that.
every 5 years. Maybe every 5 years
Yeah.
you'll find someone like Brandon Ingram. But Zion Williamsons are very rare, and you can't find them like that, bro.
Yeah. I get why people feel inclined to say this because people really love that play style that Ingram has, having that guy that can create shots off the dribble and be a dynamic scorer. I get it. But at his peak, Zion's potential is so much higher that you have to roll the dice on that. He can be the type of player that you build your offense around and just game breaking with his rim pressure.
Yeah.
Ingram doesn't have that ceiling.
Exactly. I can name 30 players in the past who remind me of Brandon Ingram, but I can really name only
Dang.
1 or 2 players all the way back
Yes.
in the 80s and 90s who remind me
Samantha's
of
Brandon Ingram's
Zion
Karis
Williamson.
LeVert.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah,
I mean, 30 is kind of high.
Okay, 30 is kind of
Nah,
high,
I see what you mean. Though.
but you know what? Yeah, you know what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah. There's Ingram is like his peak is like a top 20 player in the NBA. If it's like everything breaks right, it's probably
Yeah.
more like top 30. Zion, if he gets back to the level he was a couple years ago, continue to develop, he can push top 10.
Yeah.
For sure.
This
for
comment right here sounds like he's just only been watching this season. He disregarded everything that Zion did way back a couple years or like 2 years ago. So
And it's fair to have concerns with Zion. He hasn't been at the same level, but
yeah.
I'm still going to be patient and wait for him to get back to
Yeah,
what we know he can be.
Pelicans offense as a whole is kind of finicky right now. CJ McCollum has a couple questions about like whether or not he can actually be the point guard of this team full time. But
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts there that not as cohesive as you'd want, but
Yeah.
it's to be expected when you have 4 or 5 guys that can really be offensive creators on their own.
and give you
Facts.
20 a night, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
When Jonas Valanciunas is your 4th best creator, like it's kind of a lot to have to pass around in
Exactly.
terms of opportunity. All right, next one. Skippy says that SGA is better than Trae Young and always will be.
always will be. The always
will be.
The always will be makes it an L take. He's definitely
Yeah.
better than him right now. He's playing better than him right now.
Yeah.
But like if Trey comes back and if Trey remembers how to shoot, then I'll take Trae Young over Shea. But for
it's an L
right
take.
now, Shea.
SGA is having a better season because, like you said, Trae Young's having a poor shooting season, but Trae Young's still the better player. Like the playmaking jump is huge. Maybe you think the defense is a big enough jump to SGA to outweigh it, but I'm gonna pick Trae long term.
This is a lowercase W.
What? Lowercase W?
Yeah, it's like it's half of a good take. It's lowercase.
See, with these Trae Young takes, you making me stress, and I don't do any type
Don't
of
you
drugs
dare
or anything
take
like
Trae
that.
Young
But I need
over
to
Shea
open
right
up
now.
a pack of 6. I'm not taking Trae Young over Trae. I'm not taking Trae
I'm
over
taking Trae
Shea
Young over
right now.
SGA.
Right now,
But
I'm doing it. Yeah, I mean, what does right now mean? If we're
This
talking about picking
season.
him right now to go forward in the season, yeah, I'm picking Trae. Like Trae's gonna have positive regression at some point, and he's gonna get back to being the offensive masterpiece that we know he can be.
Isaac is
Nah, I'm
my
taking
saving
Shea.
grace.
I
Isaac is my
would
saving
take
grace.
that Toronto man, and I'll take Shea.
I'm not gonna overreact and write Trae off when we're just talking about him as maybe being
Trae
the third best
sucks.
point guard alive. Fuck Trae.
Yeah.
You're bald. Okay, last one. Reflect says that Joel Embiid will go down as the best 76er of all time.
That's no.
That's major. Who are some of the greatest Sixers of all
Allen
time? Didn't
Iverson,
yeah.
Charles
Didn't Wilt
Barkley.
play for them, or am I tripping?
Will, yeah. Or
I think Joel
actually
Embiid
no.
can pass up Allen Iverson.
No, Wilt played for the Philadelphia Warriors.
Yeah, it's not the same. It was
Yeah.
like the Golden State franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
And
I,
Moses Malone.
true Moses, very underrated. So
But I mean, if Joel's a lifer and like is this level of player for like over a decade, like it's not crazy. Like he can
Over a
pass
dec-
up Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
if he gets to a finals, if he gets to a conference finals,
Shit. Yeah, that's the real conversation.
He
bro.
has gone to conference finals, hasn't he?
No. He hasn't left the
they've
second
never
round.
been to the conference finals.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of the Raptors one that shot, but that was the second round, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a crazy series. I
Wait,
understand.
they never made a conference finals?
No.
Why do I feel like they have?
That conversation is gonna heat the fuck up, bro. Once he has another, if he has another playoff later this season, it's gonna heat the fuck up. Promise.
Yeah, so let's get to a conference finals and then we could talk.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a second round.
They've really never made one. Why do I feel like they
Let's
have?
get him an MVP as well. Allen Iverson has one. He don't have one.
Yeah.
Let's get him one.
Yeah, but I mean, you finished twice in a row. Clearly, you're on an MVP level. Like, can't really hold that
No
against.
one's gonna
do
remember
it.
twice.
Nah,
in a
go
row.
out and do it. Go out and
Yeah,
do it.
no one cares.
Wow.
You're gonna have
Let me
his
look at these
accolades
playoffs.
finish.
I just can't believe.
front runner
I don't know why. I
MVP.
feel like he's made
Nah.
it. Oh yeah, he's never made Eastern Conference Finals. That's crazy.
The
Yeah, that is
process,
shocking.
the process never. They should have beat Atlanta to get there.
That's what it was. They
They
went to
should.
7 with
They
Atlanta.
should have beat Atlanta to get there. And I'm gonna give him credit for that one because he played with a torn meniscus in his knee and was still the best player on his team.
True. Forgot
Because
about
Ben
that.
Simmons couldn't help him out.
And he lost on one of the best Game 7 buzzer beaters ever against Toronto. So
Yeah.
like,
He's had pretty shit luck.
he's one shot away from making the making the Eastern Conference Finals. Like,
Oh, but then they got embarrassed last year, or not embarrassed, but then they went out sad.
Yeah, they got beat.
to Miami.
yeah, because James Harden's a potato.
That's tough. And didn't Boston beat them in 5 games too? They've had
Yeah, but that
bad
was
luck.
that was in
No,
the
no,
bubble.
no, no,
but-
no, no. Mm-mm.
Boston swept them in 2020.
Yeah, that they weren't expected to win at all. They weren't expected to get swept, but they weren't expected to win back
Come on
then at
now.
all. They had
Yeah.
Ben Simmons was out.
We need a conference finals from him.
yeah, nah.
Either way, I won't be shocked if it happens. So I'm not gonna act like it's this horrible take.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's all the hot takes we got. So we got through the Anthony Davis talk. We got through the hot takes. Now's the time for what the show is titled about. We're going to talk about the MVP race. So first, before we get into it, we're going to give all of y'all our top 5s and kind of talk about where everybody stands at the moment. But first, I think we should give some honorable mentions. For me, my people that didn't quite make the list but were in the running and maybe will earn themselves onto the top 5 is, ironically, Jokic and Embiid.
Okay. I think. Okay, wait. Go explain real quick why you don't think that they're top 3 right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's more so that
Or
because
top
there's like
5.
some really fucking good. Yeah, there's just like a lot of great candidates right now that are like have been on fire to start the year with great teams that maybe they'll fall off. Like spoiler alert, Donovan Mitchell's in my top 5.
Yeah.
I expect he'll fall
Fair.
off, and one of these bigs will get in there, maybe both of them. But right now, Embiid, it's like games played. He started off slow, missed some games. The team sucks right now, so like I'm not gonna hold record against you at this point of the year, but he has to keep it up at the high level we've seen him the past 5 games, and then he'll earn his way back. And Jokic, honestly, I don't know. Like it's just really, like I said, people have been crazy. But he's, by every advanced metric, been playing like one of the best players in the NBA.
Yeah.
Their team is pretty good. Like he's been incredible. people are harping on him for only scoring like 22 points per game right now, but that's because clearly
He has
making an
more
effort
help.
to not. Yeah, and he's trying not to burn out like he did. Like he's trying to save it for the playoffs because he's already won 2 back-to-back MVPs. He doesn't need to go hard every game.
Facts.
Okay.
But I think he'll get back in there.
All right. That's cool. I also have Embiid in my honorable mention.
Okay.
For everything that you said. D Mitch is in there. And I mean, I think our top fives. I think our top fives are good. So I'm actually gonna drop mine down to top 3 because this is where I think we have a little bit of difference here. So
Yeah.
so my top 3 is.
Oh wait. Let's not get ahead of ourselves yet.
Okay. What's up? What,
Mo,
what
do you have
trying to
honorable mentions, Mo?
So honorable mention, I'm also gonna give that to Joel Embiid. And then
Yeah.
I haven't heard his name yet, and I have a very strong feeling that he didn't make either of you guys top 5. Number 1 seed in the Western Conference is Devin Booker, and I just feel like a
Yeah,
lot of people just do not care. And
you're right.
it's also hard because he's not
Do
putting
not
up
care.
any. Yeah, no one cares at all.
Do
Bro.
not care at all.
Yeah, it's like, bro, he could be, he could, yeah, like no one just genuinely cares. They see it, they just like, you know what I'm saying? And
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
he's not putting up.
That's so true though.
Yeah, and he's not putting up
Okay.
any. He's putting up great numbers, career high. I think he's averaging like 27 or something like that per game. Had a 49 point per game performance. He's had one of the best NBA seasons.
He's had a career year.
Yeah,
We do not.
and no one's
care
even
at
batted
all.
an eye.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you're right.
God.
You're 100% right. Like I thought about him. I just didn't want to give you like a million honorable mentions. I thought about him and KD can be thrown in there as well.
Yeah,
So yeah, he's honorable mention as well. You're right. Maybe if he keeps it up, he'll play himself back into being third place again like last year. But he's just not gonna win. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. No
Oh,
one's gonna
man.
give it to him, but I have to give him some type of respect, and that's the most
I like
amount
it.
of respect I can give to him, bro. So
Shout out to Booker.
I'm glad you said it because I was never gonna bring up Devin Booker's conversation.
Yeah.
MVP conversation. That's so funny.
yeah, bro.
Okay, so we both talk about having Donovan Mitchell in our top 5. For me, he's number 5.
Okay.
I assume he's about the same place for you, Donovan.
Oh, actually, now that I think about it, Donovan Mitchell is an honorable mention for me.
Oh, you didn't put him in top 5?
I
Did you put John Morant in there? Because I think he could probably
Yeah.
be an honorable mention as well too.
yeah, Ja's my 5th.
Okay.
Okay.
My
Okay.
5th. It's John
Right after
D. Mitch
last night.
right at that cutoff line.
Okay. Who's your number 5, Mo?
Number 5 is very respectably Donovan Mitchell, easily.
Okay. Same as me. I think Donovan Mitchell clearly has a case for early season because he's averaging over 30. Darius Garland was hurt. His eye was falling off, and he kept the team afloat. And they started off as one of the top seeds in the West. The East, while he's having a career year, shooting like ridiculously efficient. Like,
Yeah.
I think it really just comes down to that: is that he's been putting up monster numbers on a great team.
Yeah,
It's clear what his case is.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I think
But I think he's the most likely to fall off, though.
I think I don't know though. I don't
Actually,
know.
I-
I honestly
I
can
agree
see.
with that.
I think like the shooting may fall off, but I feel like D Mitch still has a really good chance of playing at like
For sure.
a high level. I just think
Oh, he will. I didn't mean fall off in that way. I mean, as in one of the bigs and the honorable mentions are going to pass him up on this list.
okay. Okay,
Who
fair.
you got for number 4?
Well, I'm interested in hearing Donovan. Why John Morant over Donovan Mitchell?
I think that what Ja has done, especially like so D Mitch has had Mobley and Jared Allen to help secure like that, to help secure the defensive end. And so it's really just allowed him to just go off and flourish, right? And so like I don't want to hold that as like a knock to him, but for Ja he was without Jaren Jackson Jr. and now that Jaren's back, you see the immediate effects of having him, man the defense, and the defense has immediately gotten better. And then also over the past like 2 weeks, Desmond Bane, who's having one of the best years of his career, having the best year of best year of his career, he also got injured. And so it's been Ja and Dylan Brooks, man. And so for Ja to be playing at the level that he is, which is still like a really high level, and keep the Grizzlies like afloat, that's why I would have him above that, because I just think that he's had just slightly less help than Donovan Mitchell has.
Yeah, I think for me, what Ja comes down to missed games so far, and he's just not quite as efficient. Like he's putting up really good numbers. I think at 27 points per But like his rim scoring is like weirdly down right now, which
Yeah.
will come back up a little bit naturally as he gets some positive regression, like we say with most people that are struggling. But it's only like 53% at the rim right now, so like he's been great, but not quite as great as I think he'll be in the future.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And also Dylan Brooks. I mean, Desmond Baines was playing at a fucking all-star level, so like he was insane.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I like what Ja was doing early on in the season, just slightly more because of the lack of hope. But
That's fair.
but yeah, but I'm not dying on that hill. Like if if in 2 days I can 100% look back on this and be like, yeah, I can put D Mitch at 5, and that would be like, it wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay, well, let's get to number 4 because I think this is where there's gonna be some disagreement beginning.
Yes.
My number 4 is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I had the same thing. Fuck. Okay,
Let's
whatever.
go.
Y'all are.
Our list might be.
It's 2-on-1 right now. It's 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have Steph at 4.
Okay.
What?
That's crazy.
I have Steph
Yeah,
at
you're
4.
nuts for that.
I have Steph at 4.
Okay. So maybe we flipped where we have Giannis and Steph because that's crazy to me. Like I have Steph so much higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're kind
Okay.
of crazy for that.
Explain why you think Steph doesn't deserve to be top 3 right now.
It is simple. They won their first road game against the Houston Rockets this week. They started the season 0 for 9 on the road. This team just hasn't been great. And yes, Steph has been amazing offensively. So has the other 3 people that we're going to name, and the other 3 people that we're going to name individually have been able to affect the game on both ends of the floor at a high level. And so I think with Steph, I don't think that his offense is necessarily like as his offense alone trumps the package of offensive and defense from these other 3 players. And so for somebody like Giannis, who's also averaging 30 points a game, who's also, one of the best defenders in the league, and is on a team that's second in the East right now and has one of the best records in the league, I think that package in itself is a little bit that means a little bit more to me. So that's why I would have Giannis ahead of Steph.
Yeah, I can't
Okay.
I
I think the
can't
main thing
disagree
for-
with you with any of that. But one thing about Giannis is that he's always going to be a lead on the defensive end, always going to be up there with the along the best defenders in the NBA, one of the best 5 defenders. And my thing about Giannis is that his efficiency across the board has fucking tanked for his standards. Like he's shooting the worst from the field since 2016. Since the XXL 2016 cipher, he's tanked off that bad. He's shooting 22% from the 3-point line, shooting like 57% from the free throw line. So it's been a pretty off year offensively, but he's still pretty good, pretty damn good. But I can't have him number 3.
I predicted Giannis would win it. Like he was my preseason pick for MVP. So I don't like putting him number 4.
Yeah,
I'd rather be correct if I'm going to pick an option. But like you're saying, defensively he's been great. The team's still really good. But at this point of the year, so many teams are clumped together. Like the Warriors like the 10 seed, but they're 2 games behind the 4 seed. So like I'm not going to buy too much into the records at this point because we're still so early. These teams are so clumped. Things are going to change. Like the Warriors are going to bounce back. We're being real.
facts.
So I'm not going to hold that against Steph too much. And for me, it's the same thing with Giannis. He has currently a 56% true shooting, which is just above league average, which is crazy for Giannis. Normally he's among the top 3. And at this point, Steph is going to set the record for the highest true shooting percentage ever for a player with over 30% usage rate.
Yeah.
So like that difference in scoring is like massive, even if the points per game is similar. Giannis just hasn't been what we expect him to be.
Listen, I get we're upset at Giannis because he pushed over the ladder and he was messing with that Sixers employee.
I could not give a fuck less. Fuck Montez Harrell.
I understand that that's a problem for some people, but no, okay. To the 3-point shooting that you brought up, Giannis could shoot 0% from 3, and I wouldn't care.
That's not the problem.
That's not. No, I'm just saying. Like I'm going one by one. He could miss every 3 this season, and I wouldn't care. That's not what I look to Giannis for. So that's one. The free throw shooting, yes, obviously, like I would want that to be higher. And in my opinion, they lost that Philly game because he couldn't knock down free throws. Right, that game was there for them to take a big lead, and he's going to the free throw line every 45 seconds, and he's missing 2 every time. So that one's on him. However, I think that the fact that there's like no spacing on this team, right? They don't have Middleton, they don't have Connaughton. Drew Holiday hasn't been like
True.
Amazing, and so once they get it back, I think Giannis is really gonna take that leap forward. I still think though that his ability, that him and Brook Lopez, like that defensive combination, and what they've been able to do there, that added to the fact that he's still averaging 30 and still leading this offense. That's still like a really big thing for me.
He's shooting 29% from mid range. That's the biggest problem.
I don't.
Threes. He's not shooting a lot of threes, but he's shooting a lot of mid range. He shoots a lot of them at this point, and they're not going in at all.
He's just trying.
You cannot care. You cannot care, but like it matters a lot. Like those are a lot of missed shots. You know what I mean? Like it's not like it's just like a few years ago where he occasionally shoots a mid range to keep defenses honest. It's a big part of his game now, and it hasn't been falling at all.
Yeah, exactly. You
Plus,
don't have
even the
to
rim
care.
scoring's down.
Looking at the numbers, you don't have to sit down and care. But when you sit down and look at these clutch games and when they leave Giannis wide the fuck open from three. Remember, there's a couple games ago earlier in the season when he was going ballistic against like Minnesota. He like 3-4 minutes later down the stretch, he was dominating in absolutely every single category from the game. He was doing MVP things, knocking out threes, free throws, mid ranges, of course, doing his thing in the paint. And that's just like, it's so weird putting him in at 4 because he's been absolutely phenomenal. But I just genuinely think that there's 3 other players who have been knocking it down from every single category. You know?
Yeah.
And Giannis
I think that's the thing. We're talking about him slowing down a little bit. His version of slowing down to have a start of the year is being the 4th best player in the NBA. Like, oh my God, what a fucking catastrophe. He's only 4th in MVP. Yeah. So it's finicky. If you have him 1, that's where I take exception, which I guess we'll find out. Mm-hmm. But he's still number 4. Like he's still in the MVP race, which we talked about Joel Embiid and Jokic potentially rising up as the season goes on. Giannis is also going to rise up. So I don't hate you for giving him the benefit of the doubt and just putting him there now.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. In 1 week's time, it could genuinely flip and we'll all be like, yeah, Giannis is number 1 again. It's early in the season.
Yeah, I won't be shocked. And you had Giannis at 4 as well, right, Mo?
Yeah, I did. I'm afraid that we have the same top 3.
Well, we all had the same group of people in the top 3, clearly.
Okay.
But we'll see what order. Number 3, I have Jason Tatum.
Okay.
Where do y'all got number 3?
We are both.
Number 3, I got Steph.
Okay. We have a very different list. I'll tell you that.
Thank God.
Yeah, I have Giannis at 3.
Okay, naturally. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have Tatum above. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I forgot you had Steph at 4. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I put Tatum at 3. Tatum definitely could be 2.
Yeah.
But I put him at 3 simply because that it's almost like this thing where his team is being held against him because his team is really fucking good, which is always tricky because like you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But he just has so much more help than the other top 2 guys.
True.
And maybe you say that his record being so good makes up for it. So clearly he's just doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
But I just think the top 2 guys impact their offense so much more than he has to do. So it's nothing to do with him not being deserving. Like if they keep up the 1 seed for the whole year, maybe he'll be number 1. But I think at this point the top 2 guys have just been such offensive dynamos that you can't put them below number 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
My reasoning for I hate the whole penalizing players because their teams are good thing. A lot of people did that last year with John Moran. Not to say it was like, you know what I'm saying, related to this conversation.
Yeah.
But just in general, I don't like that idea.
But there's something to be said for doing a lot with a little. Like
yeah, you're right.
It does make a difference.
You're absolutely right. It does make a difference. It just I just don't like hearing it most of the time. But times like this, acceptable. So I got Steph at 3. The record is just not where you want it to be at. The whole road wins thing is kind of trashy right now. But outside of that, I'm just going strictly based off of W's and L's, and that's the only reason why that I have Steph at 3. You can have I damn near almost put him at like number 2, and there's no real. I'm not reaching. I'm not staying like 10 toes down to the ground with me having Steph at 3 at all. He's been absolutely phenomenal. He's been playing, in my mind, damn near like the best. He's been literally playing the best basketball of his career as of now.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I just, again, like
Career
I said earlier,
high
I just
points,
can't take records.
Yeah.
I'm not taking records too seriously this early in the year. Like, it's not going to be like a deciding factor for me. You know what I mean? Like, if this was the end of the year, like if we were predicting the season ends today, who wins it, then maybe it's Tatum because of the 1 seed. But if we're just like talking about a race where things change, like it's too early to be so beholden to records, I think.
Yeah, true. True.
So that's why I have Steph higher. Just because if the season ended today and they were still the 10 seed, fuck no, he's not even top 5. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be embarrassing.
That's
All right.
respectable.
I have Giannis at 3. We already went through that. Isaac, who's your 2?
2 is the one guy we haven't said his name yet.
Yep.
Luka Doncic.
I got him at 2 as well.
So I guess we'll talk about 1 and 2 together since it's obvious.
Yeah.
So that means I have Steph Curry at 1. What it comes down to, these two have been clearly the best offensive players in the NBA. Luka is at a whole nother level in terms of he's doing the things we've seen him been doing, but he's putting it all together in a more efficient way and just really taking the MVP leap we've all wanted to do without the slow start. Like Donovan kept talking about in the offseason that we always expect that Luka's going to win MVP, but then he comes in out of shape. He ain't coming out of shape this year. He came in full throttle. He was the first player since Jordan to drop 30 points in the first 6 games. Like, he's tying records only Wilt has done. He's been incredible. But I got to put Steph above him just because if we look at the numbers and how efficient he's been and how impactful to his team he's been, if the Warriors didn't have him, they would be the worst team in the NBA, and it's not close.
Yeah.
He's making them like 30 points per 100 possessions better when he's on the court. Like, their offense is over 20 points better when him on the court compared to when he's off. And he's going to set the record for the highest true shooting percentage ever among a high usage player. He's just been so ridiculous and such a supernova of impact that I can't not put him 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that. I don't have the number 1, but I can agree with that.
So what's your 1 and 2?
My 1 is Tatum, and my 2 is Luka. Harping on what you said about Luka, how he's putting all this together and how he's like just absolutely flourishing. I feel a lot of the same way about Jason Tatum. I think we're damn near witnessing not peak Tatum because he's still like 23 or 24 or something like that. But he's just all the things that we've seen from him. There's been things over the past few years that he's been absolutely missing from his game for some reason. Like a couple of years ago, he was not really that good at finishing in the paint, and now he's added things like a floater to his game. He's always been a good defender, but he's over the last 2.5 years, he's been a supreme defender, one of the best perimeter defenders in the entire NBA. His passing has reached another level, and I think he's just like established himself in the NBA as like a guaranteed, don't matter where you put him, you have to put him like top 6 players conversation. And I think the season like this, with the adversity, this makes sense why I'm putting him number 1, because I didn't think that the Celtics were going to be this good coming off of the season. Now he's completely shocked me. Well, him and his entire team, of course. And being number 1 with the new head coach, you heard some absolute vile things happen during the offseason within your franchise. And then you also have Robert Williams over here. He should be coming back pretty soon, maybe in a month's time or something like that. And being number 1, it's impressive to me. It's impressive to me to see him in the forefront of this and just encapsulate all of this greatness that he has and just put all into one. It's beautiful to me. That's why I have number 1. Okay. And as for Luka, number 2, I mean, like you said, bro, he's putting up Jordan type numbers right now, and there's nothing we can say about that. There's no other than the defense is iffy and stuff like that, but I can't really knock Luka at all. I just like the record. I'm a record type of guy, and understand that for conversations like this, it doesn't really make too much sense. But that's just how my mind's working right now. Like you can put Luka at number 1. It doesn't really bother me. I'm not standing 10 toes down on it. But I just love the.
They also only have one more. They have one more win than the Warriors. So I guess.
The Mavs,
the 8 seed. The Mavs have one more win.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So my 1 and 2 is actually the same as you, Mo. I've Luka at 2 and Tatum at 1.
Wow.
And for me, it's a matter of being like consistent. Because I am giving Giannis a lot of props because his team is good, and for Tatum is good on both ends of the floor. And honestly, it's funny because when I think about Tatum, he low key is like. He's like a high-end Devin Booker where, like, he can do a whole bunch of stuff. I just feel like people just aren't, like, rushing to give him the same amount of praise that they are a Luka, Steph, Giannis, right? And it's not to say that, like, we don't care, but, like, we don't care as much.
But I think it's because we've seen his style of play before. We've seen, like, a player like him so many times, and we haven't seen enough of, like, guys like Luka and stuff. So I think,
And it's because of the playmaking, too. Like, he's keeping, like, I think we talked about a few episodes ago, he's keeping the old tradition alive of being this just go-to scorer who impacts the game with his scoring gravity and plays elite defense on the wing. The old T-Mac, Kobe, etc.
Yeah.
He's keeping that alive, when nowadays a bigger trend is, like, these all-encompassing offensive weapons that do all the playmaking and all the scoring. and he's never had that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so for Tatum, I'm giving Tatum the nod because his team has the best record in the league. They're the top seed in the conference. He does it on both ends of the floor. He's averaging 30. He's made that jump offensively, and that jump has come. And Mo, you were talking about the things that he's added to his game. We've been waiting for Tatum to be really good at drawing fouls and being able to get to the free throw line more. And that's the difference between him scoring 26 a night and him scoring 30 a night, right? Is being able to get to the free throw line a little bit more. So I think with that aspect of it and being able to put just a little bit more pressure on the defense, that's where I think the increase in his scoring has come from. And so I'll put him at 1. For Luka, the stuff he's doing is insane. And so that's the reason why I would have him above Giannis, is because he's just that different, right? Everything he's doing is crazy. I just can't help and look at him and think about everything that I just saw 2 years ago with James Harden, and just think about like, you're doing this because you're that good, but also because the system dictates that you do everything, right?
I think it's the opposite, though. I think Morey and the Rockets wanted him to do that because they thought that was the best way to play. I think the Mavs need him to do that because they lost Brunson. They don't have a second star for him. So he's like lifting heavy weights because he has to. I think that's the difference.
Well, even when Brunson was there, like once Luka came back in the playoffs, right? You look at what they did in that Warriors series, that offensive game plan is, okay, we're gonna give Luka the ball, we're gonna try to attack every single screen, and we're just gonna stand around and we're just gonna chuck up threes, and that's like the way to win, is trying to get Luka one-on-one matchups to get to the rim.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to make everything Luka centric because he's that good, right? And it's not like it's not like terrible because he is at that level, but I think long term, it's obviously like, I think that it's gonna flame out long term. But for Luka, if it was more conducive to winning, then I would probably put him. I don't think that this.
They just made the Western Conference Finals.
I don't think this
Conducive to winning. He's winning.
The
problem with the Harden comp, the problem with Harden is that regular season he was an enigma. He was looking at one of the best offensive players ever, but flamed out in the playoffs. You could say Luka's doing the same exact thing, but he's not flaming out in the playoffs. So you're saying that could be an issue, but it's not an issue yet. So like, how can you vote
playoffs
against him
don't
for
matter.
regular season
Stick
MVP?
to the subject. Regular season MVP.
True, that too.
No one cares about
Yeah,
the
that
playoffs.
too.
You even if I say it's not conducive to winning, you just said it. They're a game up on the Warriors, who are the 10 seed, with a person and with a player that is having a season the way that Luka is. They haven't been able to get the wins, right? And it's,
The roster sucks around Luka.
it's weird though. It's weird because statistically, they're one of the best teams in the league. They're 6th in that rating, right? But for some reason they haven't been able to translate that over to winning. And so when I say that it's not conducive to winning, you can go and have everything, but it just hasn't happened. And so you have games and you have moments like the first game of the season where they're up 25 on Phoenix and they come back and Damian Lee hits a game-winning shot. Those are games that you have to win, and they just haven't done it consistently enough.
I mean, if that's
to
the
be
case,
at the
if you're
top.
saying that they're statistically the 6th best team, but they're currently 8th in the conference, then that to me just means it's probably just small sample size and that we shouldn't overreact to wins and losses, when literally the difference between the 3 seed and the 8 seed is 1 win. You know what I mean? It's like,
but there's still like, there's guys on this list that we're talking about. Like the Celtics have 13 wins already. The Bucks have 12 wins. Even Donovan Mitchell, who is in your honorable mention, he has, without Darius Garland, has been able to push the Cavs to get double-digit wins and to get 11. And for the Mavs to be sitting here at 9-7 when you have somebody who's doing things that we haven't seen since Jordan and Wilt, the ultimate like record book breaker, that's the only reason why I wouldn't put him at 1, is because it hasn't led to winning this season. So thus
doesn't
far,
that just sound to you?
Thus far,
doesn't that just sound to you like there's nothing around him though? Like they have 2 people on the roster that can dribble. Like if you're saying they have this guy going supernova and they're not winning games, maybe that just means that he
Everyone
has nothing
else.
to help him. Like we didn't do this with Jokic last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if he's clearly the only guy that can do anything and he's keeping them from being the worst team in the league, like
would you rather have what Jokic had around him last year? Would you rather have what Dallas has around Luka this year? because
I
because
don't
because
know.
we
It's
say
gross. I don't know.
because we say that like Spencer Dinwiddie isn't having a good season. We say that like Christian Wood can't make plays, right?
Christian Wood sucks. What are you talking about? Christian Wood can't play on the court.
Jokic didn't have.
No, he hasn't.
Jokic didn't have a guy like either one of those two.
Oh my goodness, this is
La-
what we're doing
last
right
year,
now,
Monty
Donovan.
Morris.
Like,
Monty Morris is a playmaker. He's not a scorer. Like Spencer Dinwiddie's had a really good shooting season. He's become a great 3-point shooter, and he's filling the usage needed next to Luka. He's not miles better than Monty Morris.
Damn, this
Christian
is
Wood
what we
can't
doing
play
right
on the court
now.
'cause he's a
Spencer Dinwiddie versus
Christian Wood
Monte
can't be on the court
Morris.
'cause he's horrible at defense. Like I don't care how many lobs he catches. Christian Wood isn't a positively impactful player, and there's a reason Rick Carlisle can't play him. Like he doesn't have superstar. He doesn't have a great role player.
I'm not saying that he has like the sixth man of the year next to him. But I am saying that his supporting cast is better than what Jokic had. I genuinely believe. And listen, I'll give him some credit because Reggie Bullock once again has sucked. Reggie Bullock has been trash.
Shooting
DFS
31%
can't shoot
from
right now
the
either.
field. Jesus.
But for Luka to be doing all of this, and they haven't like it just hasn't translated to wins early in the season. And so whether or not you want to say, okay, like they're going to win more games in the future, that's a different conversation. In the first 15 games, they haven't been able to get those wins. And so right now, that's what I'm holding against him.
Okay. Well, I understand that when the alternative is a guy who's also been great and the 1 seed. So I see what you mean. It's not like it's crazy to. It's again, he's a difference between 1 and 2. So it's not like you're saying Luka's garbage. So I get what you mean. Can't really be mad at it.
Yeah, we gonna
It is so funny. Like back to the Devin Booker thing. It's so funny how all the same logic for Tatum applies to Devin Booker.
like he
gives
has
a
a
fuck?
perfect argument to be like number one, but no one is
He has
going to even dare think about that.
He has the narrative and everything. Like the whole franchise went through turmoil in the offseason. They had locker room beef, and somehow Devin Booker's out here having a career season, leading them to
And no Chris Paul.
no
Chris
Chris Paul
He's
either,
been washed this season.
and we just don't care.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's rough.
It's tough because like I want to care. Like I like Devin Booker.
What does
a
he
lot,
have
but
to
it's just
do?
like,
What does Devin Booker have to do to be in the MVP conversations, or is he just cooked?
I think he might just be cooked because like either no matter what, there's always going to be some. So what he has to do is be exceptional when nobody else is incredibly exceptional.
Yeah.
But like there's these 5 guys in the league right now at the top that are just so much better than him that are every year going to be in the same type of production as him, even at his best. That I just don't see how he's ever going to pass them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His playmaking, he's almost at 6 assists a game, which is his highest since it's his highest since Chris Paul has been there. Obviously, Chris Paul has been out, but he's shooting 90% from the free throw line. He's shooting 51% from 2, right? 38% from 3. This is
But you got to think about it.
is
He's never going to be the level of player as Steph, Luka, Joel, Jokic, etc. Those top 5 guys. And then if you're going to do the wins on best team thing, same argument for Tatum. He's not better than Tatum. So like, how can you give him a vote over the supremely talented guys, or over the guy who wins a lot? Like, there's always going to be an alternative that's better.
He's just screwed. This is just how talented the NBA is, bro. If it was like 5, 7, 8 years ago, he would definitely be in those conversations, be like MVP conversations regularly. But like, bro, Luka, Tatum in the league, Jokic is in the league, Steph Curry still exists, and he's absolutely
we just don't care.
bonkers.
We just don't care. Like it's the most interesting thing about Devin Booker is like either what he wears or the fact that he was dating Kendall Jenner. Like those are the two most. It's just not appealing. I don't know for what reason. It's just not.
Yeah. Maybe hopefully one day he'll get his recognition, but probably not by me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that concludes our MVP talk. We'll have an episode about this every month or two, kind of reconvene on what we're thinking the race is at. But I think this is a good snapshot of the early season race so far.
Yeah. This
So
has been
you know what that means. You know what time it is, right?
TikTok.
What time is it?
TikTok time.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
The best moment of every episode where you guys get to listen in on what our TikToks are going to be for the week.
Let's run it.
First one. You tell me what's more likely. What's more likely? The Lakers make the playoffs or the Pelicans make the finals?
Whoa. I'm going to say the Lakers make the playoffs simply because the Pelicans aren't looking in too great of a shape. Zion has had 2 different injuries this early into the NBA season.
Neither are the Lakers.
That is true. That is very true, dog. But as of now, the Lakers look a little bit more promising, which is crazy as hell to say. But AD has been playing like a top 5 player so far. Well, as of late into the NBA season. And if he continues to keep this up, if LeBron adds to all the value that Anthony Davis is bringing, I just don't see a way in that the Lakers do not madly. Wait, are we calling the play-in as the playoffs? That's a real question right there.
No, they have to make the 8 seed. That they'll win the play-in.
Yes. I think the Lakers are more likely to do that.
Okay.
It's more likely that the Lakers make the play-in. And make the playoffs. Then the Pelicans, they're not winning the finals. Come on now.
Too much questions right now.
They're not doing that. The Lakers are the Lakers are 3.5 games out of the 10 seed. LeBron's on his way back. If the chemistry doesn't mess up, all they have to do is sneak into that spot, make up 4 games in the next 66 games, and then go ahead and win 2. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, maybe there's only, even if you're the biggest pessimist of the Lakers, maybe there's only 25% chance they win the play-in. I think there's like a 2% chance the Pelicans win the finals if that. So gotta go Lakers.
They're not doing that.
Okay. What's more likely? Steph wins his 3rd MVP or his 5th ring?
Steph wins his 3rd MVP. I don't think I just don't see the vision this year for them to get the chip. Clay went off. He still washed.
He just gave your team 41. What do you mean?
Who is my team? Who's my team?
Oh, you don't claim them anymore, the Knicks?
He didn't give the Knicks 41.
He gave the Rockets 41.
Oh, I thought it was the... Wow.
Yeah, listen. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to write off the Warriors because I feel like we've done that one too many times, been proven wrong, but I think he's the favorite for the MVP if the season ended today, so I'm going to go MVP.
Yeah, I'd say that I don't have him as the favorite to an MVP right now, but I have to give him. Did you guys hear that? That was fucking Blender in the background.
Nah.
No,
Thank God.
Did nobody hear that Blender?
Thank God. We guys Blender. Anyways, yeah, I'm definitely going to say it's more likely that Steph Curry goes ahead and wins the MVP rather than making it to the finals because the Warriors have a lot of questions. James Wiseman is in the fucking G League right now. Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody not making that much noise. They have a lot of bench questions. And in the playoffs, the bench really fucking matters. And it's looking real bleak for the Warriors' final chances right now.
Tough.
Curry having an all-time season, though, so shout out to him.
No more rings.
That might bite you in the ass.
What's more likely? Chicago blows it up and trades Zach LaVine, or Minnesota blows it up and trades Karl Anthony Towns?
Chicago blows it up. They're the closest ones to that. Minnesota just gave up a generational haul for Rudy Gobert. They're gonna stick with this. This
Facts. They got no choice.
This is their lot in life. But Chicago, they've been through this experience for a couple years. I don't know how much they think that they have left. Lonzo Ball's leg is like apparently falling off, and he just can't use it anymore. Like, I don't see the vision with them.
Yeah. I gotta agree with that. I think that the Timberwolves, they're not going to give up so quickly, but it's so easy to give up for the Chicago Bulls because you got Victor Wembanyama in the finals. I mean, you got Victor Wembanyama in the NBA draft this year. Then on top of that, well, not only Victor, but a plethora of good prospects. And then on top of that, you have a top 4 lottery pick protected. You have a top 4 protected pick. And there's no better season to go ahead and try to convey on that than this season. But it's still risky.
Yeah, but even if they trade Zach, they're too good to tank for Victor. So it's like they're not going to be able to get to that level of bad. So
they'd have to trade everybody.
Just like Timberwolves are.
Yeah,
they'd have to trade everybody.
That's a tough blow up. Like maybe they're stuck with this team just like the Timberwolves are. Even maybe they trade Zach and try to like retool and get value out of him since his knee looks like it's also falling off the bone. But I don't know if they're gonna be able to get down to tanking to that level.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do a little bit more than Zach. Y'all right about that. But I think that's more likely.
Listen, they should just trade. They should just trade DeRozan to the Lakers.
Facts. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Just trade that. Get the Lakers fixed and trade for Russ. Send Russ home. have nobody on the roster. Let this be Kobe
Blow
White's
it all
team.
up.
Let this be Kobe White's team. The man needs a chance.
Let Patrick Williams dribble into the stands every time because he can't fucking handle the ball. Let him be the guy.
Let's get that going. Let's
Love
get that
it.
going, Chicago. Let us fix the Bulls. Let us fix the Bulls.
Okay, next one. We're gonna do a thing we did a few weeks ago, and you guys are gonna guess whose NBA stats these are.
Oh, okay.
So, I got 3 of them. I'm gonna text you guys the first one.
Let's go.
I'll put this on the screen for all the video watchers on YouTube.
Let me see. Let me see who is here. All right, so this person is averaging 13.8 points.
Y'all tell me whose NBA stats these are.
All right, so off rip, right? So they're not a shooter, 31% from the field. Trying to,
From the
but
3.
Yeah, 41% from
Yeah,
the field,
yeah.
31% from 3, and 75% from the free throw line. They're averaging 14 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, damn near 3 assists, and a steal.
all right,
and
but they
half
have
a block.
they have 1.2 steals. So
They do.
so it's probably a wing,
Yeah,
probably a wing, or maybe actually
Absolutely.
no.
I think it's a guard.
It is a guard. The turnovers are kind of high, 2.7 turnovers. So they handle the ball. They handle the ball a lot. Not a good shooter.
Damn. Okay, so this is tough. You can go a lot of different directions with this. I'm not sure how well this dude has been playing because he's coming off of an injury. But is this Jamal Murray?
No.
It's not Jamal Murray.
No.
Not the worst guess, but not Jamal.
Okay. I think I may be selling this guy short for my first guess. Is this D'Angelo Russell?
Wow.
This is D'Angelo Russell. First guess.
This is fire. You deserve that. Take that one. Ripped it with your chest. It's great.
We haven't
Damn,
had that
D'Lo,
yet
you
so far.
fucking ass. Holy shit. God damn.
I'm like that.
Yeah,
I'm like that.
D'Lo struggling to start the year.
Damn, ass. That's
Yeah,
so
we haven't had a
disappointing.
first guess before. That's
Wow.
crazy.
Look
Yeah.
at that.
I was
Let's
on
wrap it
par.
up.
I was
I'm
on
done
par.
with it.
I was
I'm
not
done
that
with the
bad.
segment. I'm taking that win. I'm going home.
Yeah.
Okay, here's play number 2. What about this guy?
Okay. You're averaging
so we got
19
20
points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 4 turnovers, which is kind of telling. A steal,
A lot
0.3
of
blocks, 41% from the field, and 31% from 3, and 80% from the line. Okay, so he's definitely a guard, and I think we can say, I'll say that clearly. 4 turnovers is really telling.
Is it?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna veer towards this as a young guard, or younger guard.
Okay.
Is
Where are you
this Cade Cunningham?
Not a bad guess. It is not Cade Cunningham.
Okay, so it was a young guard. Cool.
Okay. Okay, so they have one.
I didn't say his age.
They have one. Facts, he didn't. Okay, so they have 1 steal, 3.7 turnovers. So they're a point guard. They're gonna handle the ball a lot. What point guards can't shoot? That's the lane that we have to go through. They're not really a rebounder, so they're probably under 6'4".
Yeah.
Dang.
This
Is
tough.
no. This can't be him. I'm trying to think about all the point guards in the league. Trying to think about out west.
Come on, this is a TikTok. Speed it up. Get
I
some
know.
guesses out there.
I'm trying to think.
This is a tough one.
But they have the
super
ball in their
tough.
hands a lot because they have 7 assists. Who is this?
Yeah.
Who
Can
are
you give
you?
us can you is he in the Eastern Conference?
No, I'm not telling you. Make a guess before I give you hints.
Okay,
is
fuck.
this Jalen Brunson?
Ooh, it's not Jalen Brunson. I think Jalen Brunson is a lot more efficient than that.
Yeah, he's you're so disrespectful, but you're not a real Knicks fan. I'm there. You got caught again.
I can't remember his stats.
Okay.
No, it's not Jalen Brunson.
Oh man, this is tough. I genuinely.
Are you on your phone? Get off your phone.
No, I'm not on my phone. I'm recording.
For
my phone.
the
I'm
those
looking
that
at teams
can't
right
see,
now. I'm
Mo
just looking at
paused-
teams as the
Mo just
picture.
paused his video so we
Okay.
couldn't see him. He's
Wait,
definitely
really?
on his phone.
Fuck. Now I'm looking at teams right now. I just need to picture NBA teams. Other than
Okay, you
that,
can look at teams. That's it though. No, nothing else.
okay, yeah, I promise you, I'm just looking at teams. Promise you.
Okay,
This guy is it?
come on, get a guess out there. Speed it up. This is bad radio.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, so
Y'all taking way too long.
I am going to say that this dude plays
Come on, man.
Just say a
for.
name.
Is
You gotta say
this
something.
is this CJ McCollum?
No, it's not CJ McCollum.
Dude, I said I'm never picking CJ again. Fuck, I did that last video. Holy shit.
Okay, he's below the age of 25.
But
Young player.
below the age of 25, young player. All right, so we got. Is this? Nah, it can't be Simons. Simons is shooting much better.
Simons
than
is
this.
hooping.
Yeah, he's hooping.
This is
Yeah, Simons.
Okay.
Is
It can't be Simons. Is nobody on the Lakers? Nobody on the Clippers? Let's try to think of these young teams.
Ooh, is this what's his name? Kevin Porter Jr.
this is not Kevin Porter Jr.
Fuck.
I think we're stumped here.
Yeah.
He's in the Eastern Conference.
Damn.
Wow.
So is not Cade. Holy shit. He's in the
Don't
Eastern.
throw names out there. You're just doing too much thinking. This is a TikTok. What are
Let's
you
see.
doing?
OG's hooping, so this can't be OG.
Look at the assists too, bro. That no way in hell
That's
OG.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
He's a young player. You can't put. This looks like LaMelo Ball stats, but he's not playing right now. So no way in hell you decided to throw in LaMelo Ball.
Is it Terry Rozier?
Melo Ball.
He's old as hell.
No, it's not Terry Rozier.
Damn, yo, we
Terry-
stumped for real.
I'm just.
This is LaMelo
Oh wait,
Ball.
I said
This
I
is
said-
LaMelo Ball.
This is LaMelo Ball.
No, what?
it
This
is.
is LaMelo
Wow.
Why would you put You can't.
That's
bro.
messed up. That's messed
You
up.
can't do
LaMelo
that.
Ball came. LaMelo Ball's in back for 2
He
games.
played like 2 games or something like that this season.
That's messed up. That's wrong.
He's playing. What do you mean?
You're an
That's
ass for that. You're an
That's
ass. This is
It's
your fault.
LaMelo Ball.
You're an
That's
ass.
wrong.
Yeah. LaMelo he ain't had no real shine this year so far. I was right though. Give me that W. I said this is LaMelo Ball. Give me that. This is mine.
Nah, that's messed up.
I guess, but you want to stand 10 toes on it.
This is mine. Yeah, I took that W, y'all.
Neither one of you got a W.
Fuck.
Okay, last one. This guy's played more than 2 games, so no more crying.
Okay, good.
Last one.
22, 6, and 4. He's averaging
Oh, they're
he's averaging
hooping.
22.6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 turnovers, a steal, 0.3 blocks, shooting 56% from the field, 50% from 3. God damn. And
I know,
71%
chuck it.
from the free throw line. Is this a rookie?
No.
No.
No hints. Make a guess.
This is 50% from 3. Who's out here shooting like this?
Yeah. Who the hell? Who the
Said
hell
who's
doing
strapped?
that? Yeah, bro. Holy shit.
Well, I mean,
Is
you
this
don't- there's a lot of
Desmond
context You
Bane?
don't have, so don't get. It's not Desmond Bane.
Damn, that was a good guess.
Maybe it's he got to be much better than that. I know it's not who's shooting 50%. Hey, is your boy? Nah, he can't be like that.
There's no one
Kevon
on the
Huerter?
Hawks.
There's no way
Nah,
that-
he's
that
averaging like
Kevon is
18.
averaging
I
this.
would have known.
This is not Kevin Herter.
He's averaging like 18. I would have known.
You follow
Okay.
that man like that? It's crazy.
Absolutely, bro. Shit. Who is hooping like this right now, bro? It's no. I don't think this is anyone in the. Ooh.
Is this Laurie Markkinen?
This is not. You're paying attention to the wrong things.
Yeah.
It's 31%.
I think he is.
It's
I think he's a
31%
wing or a guard. I think he's a wing or a guard because the blocks are really fucking low and the steals are more than double that.
The turnovers are high though. The turnovers are high. But I don't know
Yeah.
who's shooting like this.
Is this?
He's above 6'5".
Is this
Above
Jaylen Brown?
It's not Jaylen Brown.
He's above 6'5". Proceeds to name somebody under 6'5".
I thought he was 6'6".
That was me. That was me the last round.
Jaylen
though.
Brown's over 6'5".
That was me last time though, because he said under 25. I said Terry Rozier.
Bro, I did something way worse. Last episode, he said he's younger than 24, 25. I said CJ McCollum. I said it with conviction. Holy shit.
All right. Please give us the conference.
Western Conference.
Is this
Okay.
Paul George?
It's not Paul George.
That's
Damn.
actually a really good guess though.
Yeah, not the worst guess.
It's not a terrible guess. I'm trying to think out west.
It's not Paul George. It's not Desmond Bane.
Let's see.
It's definitely not no one. Oh, bro, this
Let's
is.
see. Brandon Ingram is a
Dude,
good.
It's the 50% from 3 that's throwing me the fuck
I
off
know.
right now.
I don't know who's shooting like this.
Yeah,
Then stop looking at it because there's a lot of context you don't know.
it's a 50.
What's the
is
context?
This,
What's the
is this
context?
Anthony Simons?
It's not Anthony Simons.
because he's shooting like that. But
22-6.
it's the
22,
50%
6,
from 3 and the 71% free throw
Ignore the
percentage.
3-point percentage. Good lord.
But
It's just a super efficient. It's a super efficient point guard out west. It's like
Above 6'5".
over 6'5".
It can't be okay over 6'5". Okay, that's kind of telling too.
He averages more rebounds than assists. You think it's a point guard?
Nah. So it's a wing. Okay, it's a wing. Is this
So it's a
this
two.
Andrew Wiggins?
It's not Andrew Wiggins.
It's a 2 out west.
Who said it's a 2? He's above 6'5". I guess it could be a 2.
Okay, he's above 6'5". It's a 2 out west.
Hey man, I'm one guess from being over this.
Is this? Oh, this has to be Jeremy Grant.
No,
No, it's not
you're
Jeremy
just
Grant.
naming Blazers players now.
What? This is not Jeremy Grant.
Okay,
Do y'all give up?
wait.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna get one more guess in, and then I'll be done. So if we go through the West, and I don't think, I'm trying to think about. Okay, I'm gonna pull them all. I'm gonna pull up all the teams in the
Yeah.
NBA teams. I just need to see it.
This is not
Visually.
no one on Phoenix. I don't want to list
How
out
did this become a 15-minute segment?
Yeah, exactly,
'Cause
bro.
it's hard.
These are the hardest. Can't count. These are the hardest.
It's hard. Is this Keldon Johnson?
It's not. It's not a bad
That's
guess.
a great guess. Is this Michael
I'm
Porter Jr.? Nah, he's shooting way more
It's
than free
not.
throws than that, bro. Fuck.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Y'all give up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Zion Williamson.
What the fuck?
I told you to stop thinking too much with the 3-point
Yeah,
shot. He's
man.
shooting 0.5 attempts a game.
Fuck. Yeah, the
Nah,
3-point.
that's on me. That's on me,
Yeah.
coach. That's on me.
3-point shots threw me off, bro. That's so telling. God damn,
That's
bro.
on me.
That's so
Unbelievable.
telling. He's taking like.
I'm actually
three-pointer.
disgusted.
Yeah.
I'll be answering no questions at my press conference. Then at the press conference today. That's tough.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the last couple of segments we got.
Goddamn.
Mo, is your camera good?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do the shoe one you had for us.
Sweet.
You want to host it or you want me to do it?
I got it. All right, let me think
get
of some
I got it.
TikTok lingo.
Silent.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's go. Which signature shoes are better? All right,
Okay.
cool. Now I'm gonna list the Zion. What are these called again? Yeah, the Zion 2s or the Zion 2s or the Curve Flow 9s.
First off, this is a terrible first matchup.
This is a mid-off for real. Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
Curry wins because Zion's shoes look like they are medically prescribed.
Yeah, you gotta have Alzheimer's to wear these bitches outside, bro. Oh my goodness.
Nah, I can't do this. I'll take Curry's. I'll take Curry's shoes.
These look like, I don't know, like early 2000s hyper dunks or some shit. These are terrible.
Yeah.
I gotta go with Curry's. Like,
Yeah, bro.
I gotta go with Curry's, but I'm not happy about it. I promise you
Zion's
that.
is like it's a combination of like Shaqs and ones
Yeah,
with a
These are
Velcro
Payless
strap.
shoes.
it's nasty, bro.
It's ugly. It's
Yeah,
ugly. I can't do it.
it's nasty. They look like they're
Medically
supposed to light up or something too, bro. It looks like a very versatile shoe. You're either 5 years old wearing these, or you're 75 years old wearing those.
Facts.
All right. So next up,
Facts.
you got the LeBron 20s versus the KD 15s. This is tough.
It's not
These are
tough.
hard. Both. I like both these.
It's not tough.
These are hard.
LeBron 20
KD though.
easy.
What?
Those
Easy?
LeBron.
Nah, those KDs are hard.
These are some of, in my opinion, some of the better LeBrons that we've gotten in a while.
In a long time, you're
They
right.
really are.
And I think
I like both of these, so I'm not mad at you.
the KD one, I'm not a fan of the side of the lacing where the laces go through on the side. It also the texture on it, I don't know what that fabric is. It looks a little just like rough. It doesn't look good.
You know what it is?
What's up?
Mo showed us a picture of some pink ones, and I'm just a slut for pink shoes. So he swayed me.
Well, it's
I'm biased.
unleashed the kink. Holy shit.
Yeah. These
I love
LeBrons
pink
are
shoes.
nice.
Like,
These
he's
LeBrons are
biased.
nice.
Yeah, for the first time in a
They're
while,
really
we
good.
got LeBron shoes that don't look like brick houses. So I
Facts.
like
Facts.
fuck with them heavy, bro. All right, so you got the Luca 1s versus the Trey Young 2s.
How do both of these suck?
Mid off again.
How do both of
These
these
are
suck?
terrible.
The Luka ones may
I'm not
be
picking
the
Trae
worst
Young. I'll
ones.
tell you that. The Luka ones are bad, but these Trae Young ones are terrible. These Buzz Lightyear
What?
ass shoes you got me looking at. What the fuck are these?
Are those the
What?
the trays are the ones on the right? The white ones?
The trays are on the left, the black and white, and then Lukas are the Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, you got it backwards then.
Oh.
You labeled it wrong.
Oh yeah, for sure. I labeled it wrong. There you
Yeah,
Okay, I'll reset it. The trays aren't good. I don't like the trays, but those Luka shoes are some Buzz Lightyear ass shoes you got me looking at. I'm not picking those.
Yeah, I'll take the trade twos as well.
go. Yeah,
Luka has no drip, man. He really needs some help.
The only way
Facts.
I'm picking those Lukas is if it gives me the ability of Luka. Plus 10 on my attribute on the basketball court.
What do you think this is? This isn't like Mike. What are you talking about? I get to play like Luka. Stop it. Nah,
Yeah,
we
bro.
need to
Other
get
than that-
These are
Luka
so bad.
in the off season. So obviously, this off
These
season.
Nerf for nothing ass sneakers.
This offseason, Luka, he was playing in the Eurobasket. That's cool. The next offseason, we need to get him an internship at League Fits. They need to teach him how to dress, how to style, how to do everything. Because this is not it right here. This is not it.
Bro.
Facts.
Yeah,
Get him in the lab with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander the same way young Devin Booker got in the lab with Kobe Bryant. We need to get him to learn from the best.
That was
Facts.
a great talk.
Yeah, those suck. Those are horrible shoes. Jesus.
Yeah.
Sneakers are in the gutter. All right, what we got left? We're almost done here. We only got one more. So, there's been a lot of surprising players, both good and bad, this year. Which NBA player has disappointed you the most this season?
R.J. Barrett. Dude got paid max money and he's playing like a role player. And I think a lot of people have to just realize that, like, you know,
Lit up on the boy.
they put star potential. They gave that man star money, but he makes role player type of decisions that are just irritating at this stage of your career, bro.
I'm
you're in
so
year
glad you
4.
said this.
Like, yo,
I have been wanting to get this off my chest for months.
Absolutely.
RJ Barrett is mid as fuck.
yeah.
Like, what discernible all-star level ceiling of a skill does he have?
None.
He was a good shooter for 1 year, no longer that. He's gotten better as a ball handler, still not good, can't finish at the rim.
That's what we doing.
What is he just fucking stopper on defense? No, like what is the deal?
That's what we
He's
doing.
just insanely mid. He's insanely mid.
He
The
had
only
potential. He
Where'd it go?
he had. Listen,
Where's it at?
it's clearly not a good fit with Brunson and Randall there. Things just
Who's it good fit with?
for him personally, it's not the best situation. He has to run.
What would be the
now we're
situation?
blaming it on
Yeah.
the situation.
He has to run around and play defense because this little 5'10" point guard dude, he can't play defense. He be getting ran over by everybody. So now RJ has to put out all his fires. So that's one. Two, the difference in RJ's shot from year one to last year got insanely smooth. You can see the progression, and he's taken steps every single year to be a better player. He just hasn't been able to be in that role. I think that if they get rid of Julius Randle and now we focus full time on this backcourt, then we can. This isn't a big three. It's Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, and Julius Randle. It's not a big three. It's just three guys.
It's a mid three. I'll tell you
It's
that.
just three guys, right? Let's give RJ Barrett some time to maybe grow into those shoes, and he's
There's
been
a
relegated to the
specific-
third option.
There's a
How many
specific
more time does he need? He already has his max contract.
Yeah.
He's gotten a lot of time.
Exactly. There's a specific type of player that I just absolutely hate, and it's players who are just like who look like they're athletic, but they're stiff backed at the same time. And RJ Barrett is one of those players. He's very far from being shifty. He's not as springy as you would expect him to be. He just like doesn't. He's not mobile like that at all, bro. He can move, obviously, but he's not as mobile as you would expect him to be. And at this point now, if we were to do a redraft, bro, I'm taking Tyler Hero over him. I'm taking Darius Garland for sure over him, bro. And I could keep the list going. I could keep the list going. It's
Y'all
it's
let
ridiculous.
up on the young boy. Y'all let up on the young boy.
No. People have let up on him too much. He needs more slander.
What do you mean let up on him? What do you mean
I feel like
let-
at this
let up on
point-
him? He was the best. He was the number one player on that in terms of like recruit. The moment he got to Duke and Zion was there, everybody was just like, "Oh, he's trash. He's trash. He's trash." This and that. They're like in that draft, it ended up being Zion and Ja, and then everyone's like, "Oh, well, he's gonna go top 3, I guess." And they've been slandering him since the moment he got into this league.
We've let
What do
him
you
skate
mean?
by for 4 years,
Yeah.
being a below average at everything.
What do you mean
Yeah.
skate by? He's gotten slander for 4 years.
He needs more of it.
The
Yeah, he
only
needs
people who
more,
have
bro.
defended him have been New York Knicks fans. And the
And
rest
lot
of
of
the
they're starting to
country-
get sick and tired of him too. I don't know why
the
your weird
the
ass
rest of the
over here
country,
defending
the
you.
rest of the country has been hating on him for the last 4 years. For no,
Good.
Needs to be the entire universe at this point, bro.
Another
I'm
player we
tired.
got. Okay, off of him. Another player we got to talk about is another one is Jordan Poole. All these kids on TikTok have tried to convince me that he was going to be this rising star after last year's playoffs.
Kids on
They
TikTok.
tried telling me he's better than Desmond Bain
Boy,
and
you
all this
sound
bullshit.
old.
Yeah.
They tried to tell me he's better than Desmond Bain and all this other bullshit. And he's just been worse than he was last year. Like, he hasn't taken a step at all.
That's true. Bro, there's times where he's unplayable. And it's the regular season.
Yeah.
Are you
He's shooting
are you
worse from the
serious?
field, worse from three, still bad at defense. Playmaking hasn't taken a meaningful jump. I don't see why I should buy into him as this rising star.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it some time. There was an interesting conversation that happened last year, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, would you rather go ahead and have Anthony Simons or Jordan Poole?" And initially last year, you had me for a second. That was kind of tough, but now I think everyone's pretty much back to the
You've
common
seen the
sense.
light?
And Anthony Simons, yeah, we've seen the light. We've been blessed, bro. Anthony Simons is the one.
He's him.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
My person who has been a little bit disappointing is Zion Williamson.
Okay, that's fair.
I thought Zion was gonna come out. He's been offered a year and a half now. I thought he was gonna come out and take full control of this Pelicans offense. They were gonna run everything through him, and he just hasn't gotten there. He's at
Yeah.
like we just saw. He's at 22 points per game. His offensive rebounding numbers have gone down by basically like a full offensive rebound. I understand that's because like Jonas is there and the paint is a little bit clogged up, but
Exactly.
I just thought we would see a little bit more scoring from him, and we just haven't seen it.
Yeah. Me too, but I don't think it's all his fault. I think it's more so that they have these four creators on offense, all need touches, and their coach has purposely not ran the offense through him as much. Like, I think he's getting like a fourth of the pick and roll touches he had back in 2 years ago. So it's really just been the fact that there's more people to feed, I think.
Yeah. It's like, so when he first came into the league in that like 24 games that we saw him play, he averaged 22 and a half points in 28 minutes and on 15 shots, and now he's at 31 and a half minutes, still at 15 shots at 22. So he's like, the rate is the same, but at the same time, his field goal percentage, and for somebody who only shoots, layups and everything 10 feet in within, last year he shot 61% for the field. He's shooting 56% now, which is lower than his rookie season. Everything is kind of down across the board. I thought we would at least get rookie Zion Williamson back, and it just hasn't even just looked the same. It's just been all around different. So Zion, sadly, is my most disappointing player this year.
Another
I
number one
feel you.
overall.
I'm gonna give him some time though.
Another number one overall pick. Yeah, I definitely give that some time. Another number one overall pick who I slick do not want to give him any more time, at least on this team, is DeAndre Ayton. I mentioned last episode that he was kind of disappointing. He's averaging the second lowest amount of points so far in his career.
Let's do it.
Because he hasn't been absolutely
Bro.
fucking terrible. He's actually still playable, and you just want him to do more. RJ Barrett literally can't do more.
He's a number one overall pick who lacks aggression and has to have Chris Paul spoon feed him to tell him what to do on the court. And it's him.
You're right.
It's him and Devin. It's him and Booker. In terms of Paul and Booker having to tell him, "Hey DeAndre, run the floor. Hey DeAndre, go here, fam. You're 7 feet tall, and you can." You're 7 feet tall and you have the ability to do absolutely everything. You should have taken the leap by now. There's probably a reason. Like, listen, Phoenix should have paid him that money. There's probably a reason that they didn't want to give him that money because he looks unmotivated by the fact that he hasn't taken a big leap in 4 years.
Yeah,
Facts.
absolutely.
But the thing is, he's still way better than RJ Barrett.
Facts, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
If you're the Knicks, you'd rather have DeAndre Ayton than RJ Barrett at this point.
I'm trying to have a serious conversation. Wrap
I'm kidding. Yeah, you're right though. You're right. At this point, it looks like DeAndre Ayton is just quiet quitting and he's just waiting to get traded. Like, he does not want to be there. There's no motivation.
Yeah.
They need to split it up for both parties.
Yeah, the numbers are just really disappointing. He's averaging the least amount of rebounds in his entire career. He's supposed to be a double-double machine. He's averaging 8.5 rebounds a game. What the fuck is that shit, bro? He's averaging the least amount of blocks per game. He's averaging the least amount of minutes per game, bro. It's just like, dog, you're so
What the fuck is that
unserious.
shit, bro?
Yeah, you're supposed to
Great
be
line.
you're supposed to be him out there on the court, bro. You have CP3 out. Who would have thought that with CP3 out and then now just Devin Booker, like you're supposed to? They were calling this duo the fucking next Kobe and Shaq. Who said that?
Who?
That's a
Well,
lie.
that was nasty
Who?
as fuck.
Who said
Who
that?
said
That was
that?
stupid.
People were saying that the next Kobe and Shaq.
You said
Bro,
people
what?
were saying that, then said who said that? you saw one tweet. You saw one tweet.
Fact.
I promise you.
Streets-
Look it up on
Streets is
YouTube.
out here
You see
saying
some
they're
12-year-old
Kobe
white
and Shaq.
boys saying that, bro.
Another person we gotta be at least a little bit disappointed in is obviously Trae Young,
Oh
who
yeah.
just hasn't been able to make shots and hasn't adjusted well to playing with DeJounte.
Yeah.
He'll get there, but he hasn't been great so far.
While we're on
Yeah.
this, I'm disappointed in LeBron James.
Oh, duh. Yeah, he does not. He's looked terrible.
Yeah, so for obvious reasons. I was joking, but listen, we can get into this LeBron slander.
Oh my
No,
god.
he started slow. He did,
Let's end it right
Obviously,
here.
he just no. I mean, he hasn't been great. We talked about it last episode. There's clearly some adjustments going on. They'll get better because the spacing has been really hurting him. He'll get better as time goes on, but he hasn't looked super motivated. The body language has been bad. Like, there's a fair reason to be disappointed with him.
Facts.
Yeah,
Alright, cool.
fair.
We got our
I think
disappointing
we're good.
takes off. Nice.
Oh,
We're
Kawhi
good
Leonard
a
too.
little bit,
Please,
purpose.
he needs more. Like, bro, he's been so disappointing.
Oh, bro, I'm not disappointed in Kawhi Leonard. I'm saddened by Kawhi Leonard. I'm just at this point like, is he ever gonna be what we hoped he could be? Like,
Yeah,
it might just be. He might be cooked.
yeah, but his career
he's done.
his end of the career numbers are
done.
gonna be so like mind boggling in like a bad way.
Yeah.
To find out Andrew Wiggins has like put up more points than him in his entire career is just
Yeah.
fucking like nuts.
I'm hoping he gets at least a little bit healthy and we get to see at least one more run of him as that guy.
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm not super confident in that.
Tobias Harris has
not
more
happening.
career buckets than Kawhi Leonard. Who would have known?
Wild. All right, well, that's the show. I think we're done here.
Bye.